The first rule in investment is don't lose. And the second rule in investment is don't forget the first rule, and that's all the rules there are. I mean, if you buy things for far below what they're worth, and you buy a group of them, you basically don't lose money.
Warren, what do you consider the most important quality for an investment manager?
It's a temperamental quality, not an intellectual quality. You don't need tons of IQ in this business. I mean, you have to have enough IQ to get from here to downtown Omaha, but you do not have to be able to play three-dimensional chess or be in the top leagues in terms of bridge playing or something of the sort. You need a stable personality. You need a temperament that neither derives great pleasure from being with the crowd or against the crowd, because this is not a business where you take polls. It's a business where you think. And Ben Graham would say that you're not right or wrong because 1,000 people agree with you. And you're not right or wrong because 1,000 people disagree with you. You're right because your facts and your reasoning are right.
Warren Buffett, the true GOAT of investing. Over the last 50 years, he has averaged over 19% annually. And this is probably something that will never be touched. I don't believe it. Anyone's going to be able to replicate what he has managed to do over half a century. Now, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Join that 556 people that have already done so. Hit that like button and comment down below. Hopefully you enjoy the video. This is something a bit different than what I usually do, but I was just wanting to show you some stuff when it comes to Warren Buffett. This is his portfolio as of June 30th. As you can see here, biggest holdings: Apple, Bank of America, American Express, Coca-Cola, Chevron Corp, Occidental Petroleum, Kraft Heinz, Moody's, HP Inc., and DaVita Healthcare Partners, rounding up his top 10. And as you can see here, very heavily weighted in his top 10. We got, what is it, 58, 7, like probably close to 90%. 85 to 90% of his portfolios in his top 10 stocks. So Warren Buffett is someone that loves a company that does buybacks. That is what I've noticed. I went through here, was looking at his top 10 holdings, and was trying to find some similarities between them. What I've noticed is he really likes buybacks. Even with Citigroup there, I don't have this one pulled up, but I can already tell you that I know for a fact that this does buybacks. Visa does buybacks. MasterCard does buybacks. These three I know for certain do buybacks pretty aggressively. Now we're going to take a look at the buybacks of these companies here. Apple, as you can see here, shares outstanding is through Qualtrim. Over the last 10 years, been decreased at a rate of 4.72%. Over the last 5 years, 4.92%. So this is a company that does a lot of buybacks. That gives you more ownership of the company, and that's what he likes. Bank of America. Take a look here. Shares outstanding over the last 10 years at an annual rate of 2.34% decrease. Over the last 5 years, 4.51%. So again, doing some pretty big share buybacks. American Express Company. Take a look at that. Just straight down. Over the last 10 years, 4% annualized. Over the last 1 year, 4.81%. Now, these are things you want to be negative, because when a company is using their capital to buy back shares, you're getting a bigger piece of the pie. You are getting more for your one share than if they were to just be diluting you. And I like companies that do share buybacks a lot as well, so I'm right there on board with them. Moody's is another one that he really likes. Shares outstanding over the last 10 years, 2.02%. Over the last 1 year, 1.70%. So not as quick, but still buying back shares pretty consistently. HP, this is another one in his portfolio. They are just demolishing their share count. Over the last 10 years, a rate of 6%. Over the last 5 years, 9.21%. 2 years, 14%. They are buying back shares aggressively. And you know what? They still got okay cash flow going on here. They're not killing themselves. They're not going super in debt to buy back these shares. This is just where they're throwing their capital toward. And lastly, Dividend is another one in his portfolio. And if you look here, same situation. Over the last 10 years, 6.9%. Over the last 5 years, 12.92%. And over the last 1 year, 12.84%. So these companies, they're buying back shares aggressively. And honestly, they all have decent to really good looking revenue. Let's pull these up. Let me get out of the shares outstanding. So yeah, you can see here for Apple, revenue, free cash flow, EPS. Bank of America, pretty consistent revenue. See here, EPS growth. American Express, revenue growth, EPS growth. So yeah, he's great at what he does, and that is picking winners. But another thing he says is, like, not everything you pick has to be a winner. Sometimes you just have to see what happens, is something that he actually said when they asked him about his holdings in Paramount. That was his response to it, because in the past he's done a lot of these arbitrage plays. He's done a lot of these roll the dice and see what happens, and I'd be lying if that'd say that man hasn't had some amazing luck when it comes to his company picks. But yeah, Paramount makes up 0.43% of his portfolio, and that was something that happened in an interview. I think that he is banking on someone coming in, buying them out, them selling, or something happening in the near future. But until that happens, it's sitting there. I don't think he's just going to sell completely out of the position unless something incredibly drastic occurs. Selling in and out of stuff's just not how Buffett invests. He's more of a buy it, hold it, love it, and just let it build and compound on itself. But the man really likes his share buybacks. I also am a fan of this. He is a big inspiration for me and how I invest, and I hope to continue learning from him, growing as an investor myself, and growing this channel into something amazing to where I can communicate with all of yous. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that little Buffett piece. Might do more videos like this. I enjoyed looking into things, doing research, looking at old interviews, stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Hit the subscribe button, and until next time, see yous.